welcome back to Miss Henrik's video demo. Today I'm going to show you how to make an Icebox sugar cookie, and we'll make some frosting to pipe on top for decoration. So let's take a look at our mise en place. Okay, so you're going to need some butter and regular granulated sugar. You'll need flour, eggs, salt, baking powder as the leavener, and then for a little flavor we're gonna add some citrus zest, so orange, lemon, and lime. And then for the frosting, we'll just make a buttercream frosting. So you'll need more butter, a little bit of milk, and then powdered sugar. It's in this very large bag here. Okay. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is cream the butters and sugars together using the stand mixer, and we'll use the paddle attachment. So you'll be doubling this recipe because you need to make at least 20 large cookies, and then of course some for yourself. So I'm going to follow the recipe, but you're going to just double everything. So we'll start with our 1.5 sticks of butter, but you'll do 3 sticks. And I recommend cutting the butter into smaller pieces. If it's room temperature and soft, then you can just add it right in. But if it's not soft, cut it up to smaller bits. And then your sugar. And start slow and just cream the butter and sugar until it is light and fluffy. Alright, so periodically do stop the mixer, lift up the attachment, and carefully kind of like scrape down the sides. It'll just help incorporate your sugar, butter, and then eventually your other ingredients quicker and more efficiently. Okay, now let's add our egg and the pinch of salt to the mixer. Salt. So remember, a pinch is an 1/8 teaspoon, so double that and just have the 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, and then keep mixing. Scrape down the sides as needed. Alright, so while someone is working on creaming the butter and sugar, you can prepare the flavorings, which would be a nice little citrus. So we'll just shave off the zest of the citrus, and that would be the colored part of the skin. The white part is called the pith, and that is very bitter, so we want to avoid that part. You'll use the microplane zester. Get some ramekins ready and just carefully zest, grate at this point, all that colored part of your citrus off. Okay, and then I like to use a butter knife to kind of scrape out any zest that gets stuck on the microplane zester, and just keep going until you get a good amount off. So now all we have to do is add in all of our ingredients and mix it all up. So all of our zest, and then our flour, 2 cups. And the baking powder. Okay, and mix that all up. So when you're ready, you want to get some parchment paper out and just dump all, like maybe say half the dough. I'll just see what all the dough this looks like. Okay. And with clean hands, you're gonna like kind of fold this into a log. Okay. And roll it up. Well, it's kind of flat a little bit. So it's like smooth sides. Okay, so this is probably going to be the challenging part, is to get the right dimensions. So we want a cookie that's about 3.5 inches to 4 inches in diameter. So I found that rolling it into a log and then kind of like squishing it down. Yeah, okay, so, and then what will happen is we'll roll this up and freeze it, and then it will be really easy to slice. And the slices are gonna be about 1 centimeter in thickness, because they will rise when you bake them, so they'll get a little bit taller, but they won't really get too much in diameter wider. So that looks about right. So we'll roll it up into parchment paper gently. Okay, we can kind of tuck in the sides. And then freeze this, and then we will bake it the next day. So step 2 of our cookie making process is to make the frosting. So we could probably do this the first day, depending on how much time you have, and then put it in the refrigerator until we need it. So here we go. You'll need the stand mixer again with the paddle attachment, and then your stick of butter, room temperature or cut up into smaller pieces. Okay, and you'll just beat this, cream this, without the sugar until it's nice and soft and whippable. I'm gonna show you what the butter's gonna look like. So it's kind of like whipped butter. It's all got some air incorporated into it. It's kind of lightening up in color. Then we're going to add the sugar. So powdered sugar, it kind of can be very clumpy. So to get it to mix better in with the butter and make a nice consistent buttercream frosting, we'll sift the powdered sugar using the sifter. The only time you sift sugar is powdered sugar, not granulated, okay? So work that through. It's gonna take a little while. Probably use a fork or a spoon to kind of help get it through. So now you're going to add the powdered sugar to your butter, and with the 2 tablespoons of milk, alternating. So about a cup of the powdered sugar and a tablespoon of milk to start. And then we'll add the rest once that's all mixed in. And don't forget to scrape down the sides, scrape down the attachment as needed. So you'll get all this frosting into the small piping bag. So you can kind of fold back the opening a little bit. And using a rubber scraper, you just try to stuff as neatly as possible all your frosting. It's very tricky. So go slowly, all right? So actually one of those batches makes 2 small bags of frosting. So you can make your 2 colors that way. For the one that you're going to be giving for the catering, find the cleanest one. So you can even like wipe down a little bit up the top of the bag just so that there's no frosting on the outside. Put as much of the frosting down towards the bottom. I can even like kind of shake it down a little bit. It's found the best way. And you're gonna just twist it up. And we'll put a little piece of tape. Okay, it's nice and tight. And we'll take the tape and just wrap up the top so that none of the frosting comes out the top. Okay. So here we are, it's day 2. So we will bake the cookies and prepare the platters for what we're gonna serve at Fall Festival. And then you guys get to bake and eat and decorate your own sugar cookies. So let's take a look at what we're gonna do. So I have my block of dough here, my roll of dough. And you wanna try to get 20 cookies. I've got 16 slices here. And they're about 1/4 of an inch in thickness. You could try to get them a little thinner, but I'm gonna see how these look. Remember your goal is 20. Nice, even, perfectly round. Well, this isn't quite perfect, but that's okay. Cookies like this. So just slice them without squishing the dough. Okay. Lay them on a cookie sheet with parchment paper. You'll probably fill up 2, 3, maybe even 4 trays because you want there to be enough space in between because they will expand a bit. Let them cool completely so we can put them onto a cooling rack. Just gently lift them gently with one of your spatulas. Let them cool, and then if you do have some extras or some broken ones aside from the 20, you can eat those and you can decorate yours however you want with the frosting that you made, the extra frosting you made. All right, well, I hope you learned a lot from this video demo. Thanks for watching.